Hello there. Today I'm going to show you how MuukTest uses Amikoo AI to build a full regression test suite in days instead of months or years. This is based on our work with the National Science Foundation and 5 years of building our own training dataset from hundreds of thousands of test cases in different kinds of software. What I'm going to show you is how, using MuukTest, I'm able to build and run an automated regression test suite and catch bugs. What's most important to understand is you don't need to understand all of this. We do this for you, for your business. This video is just showing you how the sausage is made, how it works behind the scenes. I'm going to show you 3 things. First, we're going to walk through how our AI designs hundreds of test cases. Second, we're going to walk through how AI takes those test designs and turns them into automated test cases, and where a human QA fits in to manage and oversee this. And third, we're going to walk through how MuukTest can run this test suite and how you can get really fast quality feedback from your AI test suite. Let's do it. To show you how it works, I'm going to pretend I'm a QA expert using Amikoo AI to test a web application. Okay, so we are logged into the MuukTest platform. Think of it as a QA platform specifically designed for managing AI agents. This handles basically everything about the QA process, and at any point can export your tests into Playwright, Selenium, or Appium scripts. These are all open source, so you're never locked in. So what I'm going to do is set up a workspace with my credentials for the AI agent to use. Now that I've saved it, I'll launch an AI exploration for this environment. And voila! As you can see here, our AI is now exploring and learning the platform while designing a test suite. What happens in the background is that AI is learning and determining what are the most important tests to create. This takes a little while, of course, but let's compare this to a human tester. What you're seeing now would take weeks, if not months, for a human to do at the same quality bar. Okay, now we have hundreds of design test cases, where the AI has gone through and said, here are the test cases that would comprise a solid test suite. You can see there are about 200 here. This varies based on the size of your software. Now, we need to turn these from words into automated tests. Before we do that, we have a human tester review the test designs and make any edits because obviously there are some things that a human needs to review. So what a human tester does is review all the tests to make sure they're collectively exhaustive as a suite. Then they review each test individually to make any slight adjustments to specific test cases. The human tester then greenlights tests for automation, and as you can see, Amikoo AI starts automating the tests once they are accepted. The tester can then jump to the automated tests and review those too. What this does is it changes the role of a tester from someone who has to do all this tedious work manually to more of a QA manager overseeing the AI and getting involved here and there. This is really cool for a lot of QAs. So here we can look into an example of an automated test case. Again, as a reminder, you literally never have to look at this if you don't want to. We're just showing how the sausage is made. When you click into an automated test case, you can see all the different features we have for editing a test case. For example, we are going to add a block here for logging into the platform. Now it is ready to be executed. So let's now zoom out. We have an AI-generated test suite, and we want to run this test suite. Companies typically do this in one of 3 ways. First, they just have the test suite run every night on their test environment. Second, they can have their test suite run before they release it to production. Or third, companies integrate their test suite into their CI/CD. We recommend the third option. But companies may choose to start just running this in their test environment every night and eventually integrate it into their CI/CD. When we execute tests, you can replay what happened. You can see where there are bugs. But how most companies interact with this is through two simple ways. First, they get a notification in Slack when there are any bugs that need further exploration. Second, they get a weekly report. Again, through Slack and email that gives them a report on their test coverage and their overall test suite. The test suite health, the number of tests, the number of executions, everything they would want to know. Plus, they also have a weekly QA stand-up with their MuukTest engineer to cover any bugs or questions that they may have. What all this does is it makes building an automated regression suite something that happens really fast. In the background, done for you, and very affordable. So all you need to do is spend 15 minutes once a week, or even once every 2 weeks, and you get bug notifications and confidence that you're fully covered. Oh, and one last thing. If you change your UI and it breaks some or all of the tests, Amikoo AI helps us rebuild them so you are back to a fully automated regression test suite. Thanks for watching. Hope this is helpful.